In this video, Cooling and Heating Solutions will guide you through how to service our DFE.20T electric blower heater. These heaters work by using a fan to pass air over an enclosed electric heating element. This heats up the air, which is then blown back into the room. These heaters will heat a room much faster than a heater without a fan, but like any fan, they do create some noise. For the purpose of the video, we will be using our DFE.20T model. However, also in the same range, we have the DFE.40T and DFE.80T, which are larger heaters based on the same principles. However, the two larger models do require a three-phase electrical supply. This range of heaters are all electric and contain an enclosed electric heating element, overheat protectors and a fan. There is an integral automatic thermostat that senses the air temperature entering the heater and switches the heater on and off automatically at the preset temperature. The DFE.20T model has three controls, a thermostat dial and two rocker switches, one being black and the other one red. When both switches are in the off position, the heater is completely off. When just the black switch is on, this is the fan only setting, which is sometimes useful in summer to create air movement within a room. If the black switch is off and the red switch is on, then the thermostat will turn the elements on and off as required, but the fan will continue to run. This is the preferred setting, as the fan will continue to drag air over the thermostat, which will then turn the heating elements back on once the temperature has dropped. Alternatively, you can have both switches in the on position, which means the fan is in circuit and will turn both the fan and the elements on and off. This is the option to use if you are worried about energy consumption. However, the thermostat may take longer to pick up any drop in temperature, as the air won't be being dragged over the thermostat in the same way as if the fan was running. Here is a diagram showing the electrical components of the DFE.20T. The photo then shows what it looks like once inside the heater. All of the wires and connectors are easily replaced if required, but please be aware that some of the wires have overheat protectors which need to be replaced with like for safety. It is wise to service your heaters regularly to maintain optimum performance. Cooling and Heating Solutions will offer some hints and tips on how to do a basic service. Always isolate the heater from the electrical supply before servicing, and try to position the heater at a comfortable working height to make it easier for you. Using a screwdriver, remove the screws which hold the top cover in place. Unless you know of any specific problems, these units tend to just need a bit of a clean up and a check over. Although these heaters are generally extremely reliable, the most common parts to fail after a number of working hours are the capacitor, overheat protector, fan motor and thermostat. All of these parts can be easily replaced if or when required. To replace the thermostat, remove the screws on the front plate to gain access to the front of the heater. There is also a screw underneath the heater which often gets forgotten. Unclip the thermostat from the clips mounted on the cover and unscrew the bolts which hold it secure. Remove the faulty thermostat and replace with a new one. Retighten the screws to secure. To test the thermostat is working, turn the heater on to a moderate heat. When it has been running a while, turn the temperature down slightly. The thermostat should then cut out the motor until the temperature has dropped accordingly. If the capacitor is faulty, you will probably find that the heater will make a whirring sound but will fail to start. Replacing the capacitor is simple. Just disconnect the connecting wires and unscrew the bolt which holds it in place. Replace with a new capacitor, reconnect the wires and bolt back into position. The overheat protector is a safety mechanism which cuts out the heater if it's overheating. To test the overheat protector, you will need to turn the heater on to a moderate heat. Then place a piece of thick paper or card over the air outlet. This will trap the warm air inside the heater, which should then activate the overheat protector. If the overheat protector is working, after a short time you should hear a click and the heater should cut out. To replace the overheat protector, you will need to unclip the connecting wires and drill out the rivets which hold it in place. You can then replace with a new one, rivet it back into position and reconnect the wires. Once you have refitted the outer cover, you can then retest the overheat protector using the method explained before. To replace the fan motor, you will need to undo the bolts holding it in position. These can be found on the side of the heater once the top cover has been removed. You will also need to disconnect the wires going to the fan motor. Replace the faulty motor with a working one. You can then bolt back into position and reconnect the wires. Once you have finished servicing your heater, you can reposition the cover and retighten all of the screws which hold it secure. Hopefully these tips have helped to solve any problems you are having with your heater. However, it's always wise to seek professional help if you're unsure on anything. As part of your service, it's a good idea to PAP test your heater to ensure the electrics are safe before using it again. We hope this video has been helpful to you. However, if you'd like any further help or advice, please contact us on 01590 681 434 and we will be happy to help.